Good morning, Coastal Bend. I'm meteorologist Carly Smith. We have seen some decent rainfall across the Texas coast, particularly in South Texas. Now, maybe we haven't seen quite as much rain as we hoped in Nueces County at this point, but we've got quite the soaking in our watershed, which is positive note across especially McMullen County, portions of Duval County near Freer picking up 2 to 3 inches. Some areas nearing 4 inches as we speak. An additional 1.5 inches of rain possible over the next hour for areas near Tilden, especially where there is a flash flood warning in place. But our watershed in drought conditions, just like much of the Coastal Bend. You can see that here, dealing with a lot of that severe drought, even some pockets of extreme and exceptional drought on the northern end. But what we are dealing with is continuing to see our lake levels fall, but with that rain that we've gotten in our watershed, hopefully in the days to come, will at least steady out, if not rise a little bit, because that is some pretty substantial rainfall. We're going to near 4 or 6 inches over that pocket of our watershed. By the time this event is all said and done, could be even higher. That's really just today's rainfall forecast. So you can see that heavy rainfall continuing. This is our flash flood warning right over Tilden. Again, that's in the watershed. We're starting to get some heavy rainfall across Live Oak County, starting to see some of that activity also moving into Jim Wells County on the northern end, approaching 281. And we also have very spotty showers and storms that are coming up out of the south along the coast. So everyone's starting to see a little rain this morning. It's quite the soaking along Highway 59. It's very spotty for the rest of us, and that is going to continue to move north. We will continue to see that flash flooding risk through the morning for areas west, with an additional 2 to 4 inches possible, but in particular this area with the flash flood warning across McMullen County, also a flood advisory. Those have been extended until 9 a.m. and 9:15 a.m. respectively. Again, that is near Tilden. The bigger picture, we're continuing to see that steady stream of moisture that will produce the rainfall, with moisture coming out of the Pacific Ocean and tapping into some Gulf of Mexico moisture. So that's what's producing that plume right there, where all of our cloud coverage and storm activity is happening. It has to do with where our mid-levels of the atmosphere are seeing the most energy. So that's really going to be between Laredo and Interstate 10, between San Antonio and Houston through this morning. But we start to see it shift a little bit further to the east by 10 o'clock, getting a little bit more rain for areas closer to the coast. By 1 o'clock, looking kind of spotty, so you may get a break in the rain at lunchtime, and into this evening for the Hooks game, we may even see a break in the rain, but that won't last for long. We're looking at some pretty heavy rainfall moving in. But by the time the Hooks game is ending, for sure, if we do get that break, again, this timing could be adjusted just a little bit earlier, and boom, we've got a washout of a game. But you can see that here. We'll continue to see, though, into Friday, some activity through the morning, potentially still some spotty showers here for First Friday artwork as well. But then the activity continues to move off to the east, and we're going to dry out as we look ahead to the weekend, Easter weekend. But again, this is additional rainfall possible for our watershed, so that's always the good news. But we do have a flooding risk. You'll see that here, a slight risk of flooding between Corpus Christi, San Antonio, and Houston throughout the day today. For your day planner, winds will be breezy out of the north, 20-25 miles per hour through the morning. We'll see temperatures hanging out in the 60s all day long. Really not a lot of change in our temperatures. We did fall into the 50s this morning, so we'll warm up a little bit during the day. 65 your high on Friday as well, pretty much a repeat with off and on rain and storms pretty much actually throughout the day, but especially in the morning. Rain is moving east on Saturday, which means we dry out for Easter, and actually next week looks a little sunnier. We had some rain on the 7-day earlier. I took that off. It doesn't look likely. If we do see anything, it'll be very isolated, and will be warmer with highs into the 80s, mid 80s by Wednesday.